Hey guys, Jeff Holman here with Intellectual Strategies. I am a patent attorney. I am doing the same thing my clients do, bringing a new product from idea to launch. And I am creating videos along the way so you can see what I do, maybe replicate some of it, maybe do it better than me, and we'll see what this project turns into. Hopefully it'll turn into my $1 million idea, but who knows? What I really want out of this is to do the process, experience the process, document the process, and make that available so other people can learn from the process that I'm doing. And hopefully you'll find some useful tips and some information along the way that helps you get your product from idea to launch. So thanks for joining me. Let's go through what I'm doing here now. My last couple of videos, I shared with you the first survey I did to find out if other runners happen to experience the same problem that I think exists out there with current duffel bags. And I showed you how I set the survey up. I showed you the results that I got. And what happened during that process was I had to, I let the survey go for 3 days, and then I put it to another group and I let it go for another 3 or 4 days. It's a week. And I found myself kind of sitting around, not doing as much then, waiting for those results to come back. So what I did is I went ahead and I thought, well, I think my intent is to eventually do some type of crowdfunding on a duffel bag. And so I got onto some crowdfunding websites, and I started to just search to see what the crowdfunding duffel bag experience has been like for other people. So I'm just going to recreate a little bit of this here just for a few minutes. What I did, well, I'm on Kickstarter.com, but you can go to any other site, Indiegogo or whatever it might be, that does crowdfunding. There are lots of different sites out there now. Kickstarter is pretty popular. Indiegogo is pretty popular. So those are the two that I was on. I probably did some others while I was going. And then I kept notes. So I'm not going to show you my notes because they're not very exciting, but I basically would take and screen capture an image or a link or whatever it is, and I put it into my notes on this project. And I happen to use OneNote. It's a good program for me, but you can put it wherever you want, just to keep a little bit of a log about what I've searched for and what I found. And it'll be interesting today as I recreate this to see if I find anything new that I can add to that list that I missed before. So really all I'm going to do here is I'm going to just go in and I'm going to start searching duffel bags. And we'll see what I find. Oh, this one looks like it's new, actually. Water repellent, YKK zippers, full grain leather. There's a duffel bag. Here's a new duffel bag. Let's see. Are those new? Gosh, this one's going right now. This is great. I love this. So, I'm going to open a couple of these up in other tabs. I'm not sure which ones. That's not a duffel bag, but I'll look at it. The duffel box, party game. That's probably not what I need. There's a duffel bag for runners. Here's a bag. Pro dry bag. I think that's actually a camera bag. I saw one of those before. The Zuki duffel. I don't know. These seems like there's a lot on here that's come out recently. Maybe I'm late to the game. We'll see. That's part of what we're doing here. Anyway, I'm just going to stick with that. So I'm basically pulling these up and I'm just looking at these and figuring, okay, what are the features they have? What's going on? The other thing that I love to do is I love to say, okay, they had a goal of $5,000. They have raised $156,000. 23 days to go. Crowdfunding is a mystery to me. I don't know exactly how to set it up. I know that a lot of the work for a successful campaign comes prior to the launch. You have to build your email list and things like that. So I've got a lot to learn about crowdfunding, and I admit that. A couple of my advisors have done successful crowdfunding campaigns, so I'm gonna lean on them a little bit more as I get closer to that. But generally, what I think I've seen is that bags can do relatively well on Kickstarter and crowdfunding campaigns. So this is different sizes of bags. Some of the features here. This is not the same type of bag that I'm doing, but it's interesting. Maybe this is something that I would copy over. I don't think that it's actually something that's on my list here. So I'm going to leave this open and maybe do a little bit more work and copy stuff over when I'm done. Okay, a duffel bag for travel, gym, and work. Okay, I can see the pricing here. This is out of Hong Kong, so this is Let's see. Hong Kong dollars is about 10 to 1 roughly. So that's a $700 pledge is like a $70 pledge in the United States, more or less. So let's see, what are some of the designs? I'm not going to play the videos for you guys because we don't really need those, but I want to see inside the bag. That's where my innovation sits and where I'm most interested. Looks like some outer pockets, some stuff. There's a picture of the inside of the bag. Pretty standard with a couple straps and clips to hold it down. Okay, that's interesting. Other features that are pretty standard, a shoe compartment on the side. That's fine. Let's see. Thank you. This one's done. Sigma Fit. So 66 backers pledged almost $30,000 to this. I don't know what they're, let's see, $25,000 goal, 28,000. I don't know that that's super successful, but that's interesting to see that. I'm not sure. Let's see, March. This is from 2019. So antimicrobial. We've got the solution. So really this is meant to be antimicrobial. Oh, that's what it is. They've got a little UV device that they stick in there, and it helps with, I remember seeing this one now that I look at it. And there's a picture of all the, kind of typical duffel or backpack style bag. And so I remember seeing this one before. Let's see, backpack side pockets. This one, 15,000 out of, they just made their goal. I think sometimes people get close to a goal and then probably incentivize other people to come in and finish it off for them when that's what I think when I see this type of thing, that they just made their goal barely. So different types of bags. Yeah, I'm not super interested in this one. It's not quite what I'm going after. So I'm going to look at something else. Okay, here's a larger duffel, the Hustle and Fit multi-purpose bag. Awesome. November 2020. So this one actually was updated last, after I did my original search in October. So different types of rewards. $2,000 goal. I don't know how you do anything for $2,000 or why that was worth it to them, but that's what they put. And remember, some of these campaigns are all or nothing. So if you don't meet your goal, you get nothing. I think that incentivizes some people to set a low goal. We'll go into my thoughts about interesting. So they're using plastic containers inside, maybe to keep stuff wrinkle free or something. Okay, not super interested in that. Oh, it's a rollout. Got it, a rollout wardrobe bag. Okay, not what I'm doing. This one's interesting to me. Award-winning Pro dry bag. So this is a big duffel. It looks like it's got some compartmentalization to it for your camera and stuff. And there were a couple of, so some of the other things I would look at here were camera bags, duffel bags, travel bags, and I do a few different searches to find different types of things. Let's see, how much did they raise here? SEK 1 million out of a goal for 125. I don't even know what that is. I'm interested. What is SEK to dollars? I don't even know where SEK is. Swedish krona. Okay, so it's about 8 to 1. Oh, so they still raised $150,000 or so on their project. So that's interesting. So that's something that I'll save and look at a little bit more later. Essentially, it looks like it's just a dry bag inside of a bag, has a little bit of compartmentalization in it. I still don't see my innovation anywhere here. So I'm going to skip along. Zuki. So this is more of just a hanging bag with some compartments to it. I've seen a couple other things like this and other ones. Coolest duffel bag set. So they're selling a set, packing modules and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, I'm not too interested in that. Air duffel pack. This one, $110,000 out of $45,000 goal. I'd be satisfied with that. I've run some numbers about what I would like to do. I know that my bag, I can make it for as little as about $100, $120. here in the United States. I can do it on very limited runs. So taking into account some logistics, some shipping, I think that I need to raise enough so I can get about $150 per bag out of it, and do that, or a little bit less perhaps. But let's see. Yeah, so just right on cue almost. And this is an older thing. Estimated delivery by 2014, but their last update was 2017. They must have had some fulfillment issues. So basically, they're selling this duffel bag for $150 here on Kickstarter. That's the discounted price. So so that tells me that it's a doable number, right? I want to get my costs way down from $100 to $120, but I'm sure I could do $150 per bag and deliver and at least break even on my costs, assuming that I don't have to pay 35% of that to some Kickstarter company that helps to do all the market building beforehand. Something I've got to look at. So, okay, so that's good. That's interesting. And this is all I did. I just spent an hour or two looking at different types of bags and seeing the different things that I could, what are the features of the bag themselves? What happened in the Kickstarters? What I'm seeing here is there are some of the bags I'm finding are not quite the same ones I found before. And I'm actually curious to see why that is. And I know there's some companies that have launched multiple bags very successfully here, and that might be a result of their network, maybe more so than just the bag itself. So it tells me that I guess it's really important to be able to tow your car with your bag. I don't get that. Must be tough. All right, so that's what I did. And so that's what you'll want to do. I think it's helpful to see if you're going to do crowdfunding, to get a survey of what's out there, what types of projects have been funded, what are the price points for those projects, what do they call it? I'm drawing a blank here. What is the goal that they're trying to raise? What's the actual raise? What's the price point for the different rewards that people pledge for? What are the features of the bag themselves? And you can gain a lot of knowledge, I think, just looking at other stuff. This is kind of like doing your own little patent search, although it's not for patents specifically, but it's for general knowledge of what's going on. So I would then go, I won't run you through it, but we could go look at other sites. We could pick up other bags. We could look at other categories of bags on these sites and spend some time. I think if you go through that, you're going to become, if your product is the type of thing that could be kickstarted, I think you're going to become very knowledgeable quickly about what's working and maybe what's not working in the Kickstarter arena. If you're not on Kickstarter, maybe it's Amazon. You want to go to Amazon and start looking at products. Just know that what the people who do Kickstarter campaigns, as somebody who's done several successful ones, I talked to Winslow and he basically said, yeah, I'd rather sell. If I'm going to do Kickstarter, I'd rather target other Kickstarter, people who've done Kickstarters before, who've pledged into other products or projects before, than I would find somebody who is actually my target market, because a prior Kickstarter participant is more likely in their experience to pledge money towards a product than trying to go and recruit somebody who's never been on Kickstarter to come onto the platform and pledge money there for a product. So interesting insight, but taking that all into account for your own product, you want to go to where people are selling these, where people are raising money, if you can find that, what the price points are, whether the selling features that they're talking about, which ones worked well and why did they work well, and just continue to educate yourself about what you need to know for your product. Again, you need to become kind of an expert in a lot of different things, at least enough so that you can make smart decisions about the next step. And this tells me that there are a fair number of products that go on Kickstarter that are successful, at least to the degree that they've set their pledge, they've set their budgets, and they have met those budgets. And so I think it's doable. I've got some more research to do before I actually launch a Kickstarter, and I will do that. But for now, this tells me I want to keep going down this road. So that's it for today. at least for this video. Hope you found it helpful. Again, subscribe if you want to. Love to have you follow along, and we'll see you later. Bye.